Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad to hear this cool Tuesday morning, October 4th, 2011. Our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center. They're having a test of adult basic education today at 8 o'clock and at 5 o'clock. So run by and check that out. Temperature this morning, 50 right here in Panama City, 50 in Mariana. It's 53 in Apalachicola, but it's 61 over in Sandestin. So a little bit warmer in our western viewing area. High today, we'll get back up in the 80s. It was just a beautiful day yesterday, and it's going to be a repeat of the same thing today. Low tonight, 58, so it's getting a little bit warmer. And water temperature now has dropped down to 82, so it's made up. It just went boom, boom. So lost 2 degrees in a couple of days. So be aware of that and what that means to you as an outdoorsman. Fish are starting to move around. The pompano will be moving through. Kings will be making their fall run. So it's only a matter of time before that happens. The water temperature that we had last week was 85. Now it's 82. So that's important. I cannot overemphasize that. The boating forecast, winds out of northeast at 5 to 15 and seas 1 to 3. It'll be a light chop on protected waters. Looking at our tides with Carl Vernon Marine Specialties tide chart, a good strong tide at over 2 foot today. High is at this morning at 254, and low will be this afternoon at 225. You see it's a sharp drop. Now between 225 and about 325 before it starts coming in. Now that's some dead tide and not a lot of movement, not a lot of stuff going on. But keep in mind that when it's falling out that fast, that's a good time to catch. And also later on this afternoon when it starts pushing back in. I saw a lot of activity. I had the same sort of pattern yesterday afternoon. I was out looking at it about 6 o'clock right before dark and all. A lot of activity, a lot of mullet moving around now. That little cool air has got them stirred up. Okay, let's take our first break. We'll be right back with our guest.
Panama City living is simply better without glasses. The Eye Center of North Florida offers the most advanced cataract surgery using lifestyle lens implants, which allow you to see all distances glasses-free. Our surgeons perform this quick and painless procedure at our accredited surgery center. When it comes to your vision, trust your local experts in surgical eye care. The Eye Center of North Florida.
9 doctors, 1 vision, yours.
Bill Kramer's Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC is Panama City's exclusive full-line dealership. Built on a 45-year foundation of trust and total customer satisfaction in all departments, including our huge pre-owned department, where we'll pay top dollar for your current automobile as a trade-in, or we'll place your vehicle on our lot and help you sell it. At Bill Kramer's Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC. 4 decades, 3 generations, 1 tradition.
We are so lucky to live in North Florida. We have some of the best fresh and saltwater fishing in the world. My biggest problem is not catching fish, but trying to decide what kind of fish I want to catch. No matter what I'm after, I always stop at Sunjammers Water Sports first. They have just what I need: rods and reels, line, tackle, and most important, live bait. Yes, sir, we sure are lucky.
Hi, I'm Paul Flagg with Professional Fiberglass and Marine Service. We offer all types of boat repair, fiberglass work, bottom painting, detailing, buffing. If your gel coat's looking dull, we can get that boat looking good for you again. We also offer a pickup and delivery service, and we have trailers that you can use if we are going to work on your boat, and we can come and get your boat for you. We can be reached at 850-960-9054, or you can reach us on the web at profiberglassmarine.com.
Welcome back. Sitting here talking to Rick Corley, and all kinds of things have been going on, right?
Oh yeah. We're getting into the season now that people are beginning to haul out. So I'm hoping not, but I may have to go up on my rates after the first of the year. So if you're looking to get a survey, now's the time, because it'll be cheaper now than in the spring.
Okay.
And so if they need a survey, give me a call. If you're thinking about selling a boat, I do an appraisal, and that way you'll know you're getting the top dollar for your boat.
See, that's a big thing too. Boats are really moving really good now. I see them all the time, man.
Well,
and you want to get a good fair price before you even sell them one. You don't want to give it away.
And to be quite honest, they're not drawing what they were because the economy is down. The other thing I wanted to remind people of is we've got the 50th year anniversary of the National Association of Marine Surveyors coming up. Their seminar will be the 5th and 6th at Wyndham Resorts at Bay Point, which is the old Bay Point Marriott.
Okay.
And we're going to have probably about 100 to 120 of the top surveyors in the country and out of Canada and other places here for the 50th annual seminar for training. And of course, we'll have surveyors, adjusters, claims underwriters, that type of thing there for training, and in areas of cargo, hauling machinery, yachts and small craft, tug and barge, all of those particular categories that they do surveys in. And I'm looking for sponsors, people that want to put their wares out there, because these guys, it's a good idea to advertise there and let them know who you are and where you're at, because a lot of times we're asked, you know, well, yeah, I need to fix this, but who around can I go to get it fixed? Well, the surveyor refers a lot of people to different businesses to get things. You know, what I try to do is get the closest guy to him that I know is a good business person. I'm not going to send them to what I call a jackleg, but I send them to, and we're fortunate here, we have 3 good shipyards for small boats. And of course we have one that's very good for big vessels, Eastern Shipbuilding. We got Miller Marine Lighthouse and Bay County Boatyard. All 3 of those are very good shipyards. So we're fortunate in that sense of the word. And I had a friend come in over the weekend that we were working on this, and he made the comment. He says, I love this little town. He's down in Stewart. He says, y'all are making strides. And he says, you don't see it because you're here all the time. But he says, I've seen big improvements since when I was here last year and this year. And I said, well, that's nice to hear.
Was he referring to the boatyards or just...
Not only boatyards, but just the general appearance of the community. And he got out and actually would go around, you know, in places. And of course, he was real...
He's been well traveled and all.
Well, also, he's a trained observer.
Yeah.
So he was looking at things, and he came back and he says, you know, y'all are improving your infrastructure, and all. And he was referring to the bridge and so on.
Yeah.
So, and he also was very complimentary, believe it or not, of our airport. He says, you know, and he says that's really a nice airport. And so, this is one of the reasons I was able to get this here. I've been working on these people to come here for 10 years. And always their objection was, well, we really don't like flying into the little dinky airport on little turboprops. We want to fly on a jet. Well, now they fly into a nice airport.
Now, if people wanted to be a part of the program, what would they do? How would they get a...
Well, if they would get in touch with me or Miss Reggie Gant with Guy Matheson and Associates in Houston, Texas. That's a marine survey outfit in Texas. In fact, Gregon Gant is going to be here, and he is a heavy lift expert. He's the guy that when the coal got blown up in Yemen, he went over and supervised the loading of that destroyer on the big supercarrier ship to bring it back to the United States to be repaired. And he's going to be speaking on that, and he'll have
that'd be interesting.
Oh yeah, it's very interesting, and he is extremely knowledgeable when you're talking about, you know, this is about a 12 or 15,000 ton ship that they put on another ship.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And to talk to him, he's very unpretentious, but he really does know what he's doing, and he's a very good surveyor. Well, he's with Guy Matheson and Associates out of Houston, and he's coming here. He's one of the speakers. But we have a lot of people like that. I'm going to be one of the speakers. I don't know how good that is, but I am. And we've got Dick Frenzel out of Houston. It's a good surveyor on tug and barge, and he and I go way back. We were on tugs at the same time.
Well, speaking of going way back, you know, our heritage and history, we go way back with the boat building to the early boat builders in St. Andrews with the fishing boats in Millville, then the Liberty ships out here by the bridge and all. So we have a rich tradition of
this is definitely a maritime community.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, our best asset in the whole cotton picking place, right out there called St. Andrews Bay.
Yeah.
If you ain't been out on the bay, and especially this time of year, October is absolutely gorgeous. This last weekend, oh man.
Oh, the water's so clear now. It really is just beautiful water.
The weather was perfect.
Okay, let's take a break. I got a big announcement I want to make about this big bow hunt we're going to be giving away. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Panama City Beach is known as one of the top dive destinations in Florida. Divers Den offers daily dive charters that can accommodate up to 13 divers. Our boat captain is U.S. Coast Guard certified and a PADI dive instructor. We have trained professionals who offer a variety of scuba certifications. Come see us at our 2 locations on Thomas Drive and Tyndall Parkway.
Harold Milling Company, rough and tough dog food. Harold Milling Company builds it. They build hog feed, they build dairy feed, they make chicken feed. They have specialty feeds for rabbits. If you got a worm farm, grandmother used to have a worm farm. Look at the Harold Milling Company. You want to go down and get you, the dog's not running anymore. That's all over with. You want to get that 16% and drop down from the 26% protein. You don't want old Rover to get fat. Harold Milling Company, you can buy at almost any feed store in the Panama City area.
Come on down to Blue Water Outrigger, where you'll always find friendly service, fresh and saltwater fishing rods, top of the line men's and women's apparel. Don't forget to pick up your live baits and let us help you with all your outdoor needs. Check out our wide selection of top quality reels and hunting necessities and everything in between. Come see us or order online. We'll be waiting for you right next door to Piggly Wiggly, Port St. Joe.
Captain's Cove Marina, designed with fishermen in mind. Easy access to the best fishing along Florida's forgotten coast. Deep sea fishing, fly fishing from a kayak, cruising endless miles of bayous, bays, and the intercoastal waterway. Count on the captain's crew to work hard to make your day on the water the best ever. Captain's Cove Marina, 1617 Grouper Avenue, Port St. Joe, 850-227-3357.
All right, welcome back. Sitting here with Captain Rick Corley. We were talking about this bow hunt we're going to give away as part of our fall extravaganza we have. And what it is bow hunt up in western Kentucky, and it's at the Cumberland River Lodge. And what those folks up there have done, they've taken an old tobacco barn and got a lot of land up there. Taken this old tobacco barn and made a hunting lodge out of it. That thing is beautiful. All kind of pictures, and I mean that's nice looking just itself. But this bow hunt now, it's going to be exclusively for our viewers. And what we're going to do now, I'm going to let you go ahead and enter it. It's going to be a short window of opportunity to. We're going to just run it for 2 or 3 weeks and give it away. Now, hunting season will be. Bow hunting will be October, November, December. But there's a little time, I'll give you the dates, about 10 days or 2 weeks worth of gun hunts right there in the middle of November that we won't be able to go. But what it is now, it's a lodging and the hunt itself you're going to win. So you have to provide your transportation, of course, and your license, but it's a great opportunity for a bow hunter, and they have some huge bucks. If you get a chance, go on the website, Cumberland River Lodge, and you can check out all kind of pictures and all kind of the dates and all. Check out this 12 point. This is on one of their game cameras right here. This, Rick, didn't you say you counted 12 points on that? A nice buck right there. So
I mean to tell you.
So now, if you want to enter the contest, you can either mail it to me or email, but say bow hunt. Now, please, don't enter your nephew up there in Dalton, Georgia, or whatever. Just enter it yourself. If you can win it, if you win, you can go up there. You can email it right there to me, or you can mail it to my house right there. And we're going to run this for 2 to 3 weeks. I'll give you more specifics, but I just want to let you know that we're in the process of going ahead and starting the registration, and we'll draw a name in 2 to 3 weeks and have a winner. And like I say, you got November and December, and maybe the first week of January to go on a bow hunt up there. And
if they get one of them, I'll come have a big sausage.
That is nice, isn't it?
I mean,
Speaking of hunting and all, and we're going to talk more about this every day, but I'm proud to do that. We appreciate them working with Panhandle Outdoors. Hunter Safety Course Saturday in Calhoun County, up there at Bluntstown, at the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office on Central Avenue there. It's from 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock. It's that one day, but now remember you have to complete that internet course. Got to complete it now and take that certificate with you to their, Saturday morning. That's this Saturday, okay? Now also one over there in Okaloosa County, that's one of those 3 nights, October 10, 11, 12, 13, in Okaloosa County at Fort Walton Beach, okay? We've had a lot of pictures being sent in. Randy Sheffield, radio station 95.1, they play a lot of nice music, the 60s and 70s and 80s, and I enjoy listening to it. Randy's a good fisherman when he gets a chance, like us, when he gets a chance to go. Yeah. A nice amberjack he got not too long ago, but nice one there. Good job.
That's fun fish.
All right. Now, Rick, let's get back with you. I was asked a question. Someone asked me, was it easier for Rick to survey a sailboat or a power boat? What's easier to survey when you're out there? Is it about the same, or?
Yeah, it's the best way I can put that is it's different. The sailboat takes a little more because you got all the standing rigging and everything else. It takes a little more time to do a sailboat than it does a powerboat because you still got the engine in most of them.
Yeah.
And you got other things, but you've got all of the standing rigging. The one thing that I notice quite often about sailboats is everybody says, "Oh man, sailboat, they just got a little bitty engine and it's a lot cheaper." I said, No, the boat's not cheaper. I said, most people think, well, air free. No, it's not. If you price a set of sails and all of the rigging that goes on there, it's not. It's actually just as expensive to buy a sailboat as it is a powerboat. There are no free rides. You pay me now, pay me later, as old Andy Granatelli used to say. You're going to pay for your energy somehow, always. And I would have to say, really, it's complex. The sailboat probably takes a little longer than the powerboat.
That's one of the first places we got. Talk about a lot of people talking about solar panels. Really, sailboats was some of the first folks that had solar panels with those batteries when they're way out there.
That and wind generators.
Uh-huh.
You'll see several boats here when they're out at anchor. They've got a wind generator, a little windmill back there on its own tower. Turning, and that's doing. So yeah, that technology has been there a while. For a while, sailboats kind of went away right after World War II, to a lot of extent, because it was so easy just to get on, crank the engine up, and go. And it was almost a lost art for a while, and then they made a comeback. And of course now they're doing better than anything else because they are cheaper to operate as far as your cost of fuel and so on. But it's I like both. It's
the insurance rates were insurance rates better on sailboats or harder?
No, about the same.
About the same.
Yeah, because you've got all that standing rigging has to be inspected from time to time, and the other thing is different than a powerboat. If you have a failure, guess where all of that's going to fall? On you. So, no, the insurance is about the same. It's not that much difference in either one. It's more that they're different than there's one is harder than the other. There's different things to look for. I like both. I learned to sail when I was a little bitty fella from Captain Charlie S. Anderson, and he watched me turn over an Optus pram about a dozen times and drag it to the beach and bail it out. And he finally told me, he said, "Go home, put that thing up before you drown yourself, and I'll teach you how to sail." He sat down there and watched me. I didn't even know he was watching me.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah, he was a fine old gentleman.
All right. We wanted to go ahead, and we're going to take a last break and come back with a lot more good information for you, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
When you think of a successful hunting season, two things come to mind: Browning and C&G Sporting Goods. Browning is the best there is, and C&G Sporting Goods is your factory direct, full-line Browning dealer. C&G stocks Browning guns, camo, knives, scopes, gun safes, bows, and much more, including hunting and fishing license. Look over the new Browning BAR camo short right and X-Bolt rifles. Why pay good money for anything less than a Browning? Browning and C&G, the best there is. Home of the experts.
My name's Captain Rick Corley. I'm a SAMS accredited Marine Surveyor, NAM certified Marine Surveyor, and IAME certified Marine Investigator. Been surveying since 1969. Was taught by my father, who is the oldest, longest practicing Marine Surveyor in the world. We do all types of survey, commercial or pleasure. Steel, aluminum, fiberglass, wood, makes no difference. Give us a call at 850-527-5287 or visit us online. We'd appreciate your visits.
It's Kubota Summertime Deal Days right now at Sowell Tractor, and that means Kubota finance offers are heating up.
Right now, we have long-term finance rates for qualified buyers. We have the deals you've been waiting for on the new Kubota Grandale 40.
Come take a look at the new Kubota Grandale Series tractors today.
Hurry to Sowell Tractor's Kubota Summertime Deal Days and get your best deal on a new Kubota today while the sun shines.
The greatest investment we can all make is in the lives of our children and grandchildren.
To help you invest for retirement, handle your IRA rollover, protect your family with life or long-term care insurance, call my dad for an appointment at his new office on Wilson Avenue behind Lowe's. And he'll give you a copy of his most recent book, 7 Steps to Serious Money. For free! Walter Woodrick, your Serious Money Advisor!
Okay, welcome back. We got a good idea. Let's go ahead and look at Express Lane Fish and Game forecast. Okay, our time for today, we're looking at 6:57 to 8:57. We'll just say from 7 to 9 this morning, and this afternoon from 6:30 to 8:30, and a lot of activity on the bay that time of afternoon. I can vouch for that. A lot of things going on. Okay, brought to us by Express Lane, American-owned and American-operated. We were talking about so much, we're talking about my father-in-law is really sick now. We're talking about your dad taking his last survey. I thought that was a funny story we talked this morning.
In 2000, it was coming up on the end of the century. And, of course, Dad was approaching his 93rd, year. And 56 years as a surveyor. And he come up to me. I called him right after Christmas. I got a call. And I had to go and do an off-charter survey on a barge. It was coming off charter, and it was be on the 31st of December. And I had something that I was doing at the time. I couldn't get to it, and I called Dad, and I says, hey, how about covering Mobro 15 for Harder Construction? I said, how about going and do that survey for me? He says, okay. So when he got through, he called me. He said, well, that's done. And he says, that's my last survey. And I said,
he said, he's 93 years. He's telling us his last one.
That's my last survey. He says, next year, he says, the next century is yours. And he says, I'm going to retire from surveying. I'll just do the PR work for the company.
Yeah.
And that's, so that was his last. But that was number 12,121 surveys in his lifetime. Nobody, the closest person to him was a fellow named Terry Arthur out of New Orleans. He did 10,800 and something.
Wow.
Dad was the oldest and longest and most prolific Marine surveyor that's ever lived.
Well, that's amazing at that age to go out and do a boat survey. Amazing to be alive at that age for a man, but even to go out and do that.
Well, when he was 88, we had to go do a barge at Riceco up in Bluntstown when they were building barges up there.
Yeah.
And we got there, and the guy says, he said, well, I'll go get y'all a ladder so you can get up on the barge. Well, when the guy come back, we were up on the barge. He said, how'd y'all get up there? I said, we climbed that rope right there. He says, that old man climbed that rope? I said, yeah, he was the first one up. I followed him. He said, you got to be kidding.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was.
All right, let's take a look at some of these fish now. Bill Allen been out fishing. He went out last Friday, he and the mayor, and they caught some, these are phone pictures, they weren't real clear. He caught some nice trout and nice redfish over there in East Bay. Folks, look at that redfish.
Mm-hmm.
Look how healthy that thing is.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a good morning. They were early. They caught some nice fish. Now, Bill didn't catch all of them. The mayor caught some too, but he took the pictures. But anyway, good job, Bill. And
I bet somebody's going to eat that old dead fish.
Yeah, he did. They took it home and ate it. But they release a lot of them. And they release a lot of their fish, I'm saying, but they usually might keep 1 or 2 just to take it home and eat it. But early, they fished topwater early, and they're talking to them. Then he was fishing on the cork a little bit when the sun came up. So good fishing over right now over in the East Bay. Okay, let's talk before we leave and get out of here. Let's talk real quick about NAMS. What NAMS is?
National Association of Marine Surveyors. They're now a global organization. They started out back in 1961, and there was a dozen surveyors got together. My dad was one of them, and they formed this up in New York. They met up there and decided that after World War II, the insurance companies realized we need a little better than just saying, yeah, we'll insure it for this, because they were getting hit with some things that, people said it was worth this, and then when they got there, they found out, no, it wasn't. So they said, we need somebody that's got more sense than us to tell us, and that's how the independent surveyor came about.
Okay.
And before World War II, basically all you had was classification surveyors and a few in-house insurance surveyors. So that independent surveyor came about. Well, then they said, well, wait a minute, we got a hodgepodge of all these people. We really need something that defines what a surveyor is and what training and his background is. So the National Association of Marine Surveyors started out.
I consolidated all of it into one.
Yeah, and there were 18 original members that put this thing after the 12 got there and met. 18 of them started, and now there's 342 NAM surveyors.
And they're all going to be. I mean, you had a big convention coming in in first weekend of March,
In '86, Society of Accredited Marine Surveyors started, and I'm a member of that as well. And they had a little different criteria. They're good surveyors, but they're more for the yacht and small craft, where NAMS is for your big ships and your tug and barge and your big stuff. And there's about 1,000 SAM surveyors. So total worldwide, there's approximately 1,343 or 4 surveyors right now on the books that have been through and are either certified or accredited.
That's good to have all that same training.
Yep.
Rick, we're going to have to get out of here, buddy. Time flies when you're having a good time. So we'll talk more about this each time Rick comes on about supporting this endeavor they're doing and see what you can do as a viewer to support it.
If they'll contact me, I'll give them the information if they want to be a sponsor or a vendor there, and it'll be to their advantage to do so.
All right.
Marine business.
Folks, y'all have a great day. Thank y'all for inviting us into your home this morning, and do something good for somebody today. God bless you.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.